Welcome back. There's a hierarchy to fame, from the real celebs who sell their skills as actors and singers to the professionally pretty, the garnish to any occasion, the hashtag hustlers who range from influencers to the social media savvy to the hopeless hangers-on. Now, editor and content director Janine Jellars explores these titles in her book titled When the Filter Fades. Jellars zooms in three young women in Johannesburg who face a series of obstacles, opportunities and a chance at fame, fortune, all thanks to the new age of internet celebrities. The author joins us now in studio to tell us more about her latest project. Janine, a very good morning. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Great stuff. Before we get deeper into this conversation, what is the difference between a social media influencer and a celebrity and a traditional celebrity?
Yeah, I think for those of us of a certain age, we can all relate to a time when being a celebrity meant someone you saw on TV or someone whose music you heard on the radio.
Yes.
Someone, when you're in the supermarket, you see their faces on the covers of magazines, when magazines still existed, right? So those are all people who would consider traditional celebrities. These days, thanks to social media, thanks to, all the apps we love spending our time on, there's so many celebrities who have become famous for being themselves or not necessarily having a specific skill related to what we thought of as traditional celebrity, So that's a tension that I definitely wanted to explore in my book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what exactly is it that you covered in this book?
So this book, When the Filter Fades, looks at, as you said, three young women in Joburg, one a social media influencer whose star is rising,
Yes.
one a former child star who's kind of come up against hard times, and then a gossip blogger who is the catalyst between the other two characters, feeding gossip here, feeding gossip there, and it looks at how they have their clashes and their drama as they're aiming for status and celebrity in the city.
And how can women in particular, use social media to present a certain image to the world?
Oh, you know the saying, you don't want to look like your problems.
But of course.
I think social media has given us the opportunity to present a facade and present a face to the world that looks perfect, that looks curated, not a hair out of place. The nails are always done. You could be posing in front of a car. Is it your car? We don't know. So it gives us that opportunity to mediate our lives. And I think as consumers of that kind of media, we have to be quite savvy to know what is and what isn't real.
Let's talk about the rising phenomenon of these influencer celebrities.
Yeah.
What exactly is it that these people do? And they're doing so well. They're doing so well in life.
All I can
Yet,
say is...
not so many people know what they actually do.
Yes, doing the publicity for this book, I can tell you that doing content on social media is a lot of work.
I can imagine.
So even the other day I was in the grocery store and I saw two people filming one another doing dances in the aisle. So even though it looks like, what are they doing? What are they doing? I mean, if I could make money dancing in the aisles of a grocery store, I think I would too.
And believe me, they do make money.
Yes, definitely. The prices that we're seeing that these influencers are making through advertising, it's astronomical.
Okay, let's talk about the role that media plays in creating these so-called celebrities.
Yeah, I think, again, just going back to what we considered that traditional celebrity and having been a magazine editor myself, you kind of played the role as a gatekeeper, So many celebrities were trying to get on the front cover of that magazine because that would be their way to be seen by the public. But now those gatekeepers are not necessary anymore. Those same celebrities can just go on Instagram Live, for example, or on TikTok, or on Twitter, trend on Twitter, or on, even on Facebook, and get much more attention than they did in the old days, being on the cover of magazines. So there definitely is that gatekeeping role that used to exist in the world of traditional media that no longer exists.
So does media create celebrities, or media gives a platform to already established celebrities or rising celebrities, as it were?
I mean, these days, I'd have to say we're not, as traditional media people, breaking celebrities
Yeah.
anymore. You know, there was a time when I first came to Joburg and started my career in media, everybody in our newsroom was talking about this new girl, Kanimbao, and she's going to be a star, and we should feature in our magazines. And now she is a star.
Yeah.
But this generation's Kanimbao doesn't need the magazines to become a celebrity anymore. Yeah.
Let's talk about the process that you undertook before writing this book. How much
Yeah.
of research did you do, and how much of the influence of local celebrities did you have to add into this book?
I think this was probably a lifetime's worth of research. Having been in media, having been a magazine editor, having worked around celebrity culture, I know a few gossip bloggers from back in the day, and having then moved into more of a digital space as a content director now in my career, I see the invoices that we pay top influencers, so I know that, that's a cash-generating business.
Yes.
And then using all of those influences. So there's definitely some, little bits from the rumor mill that I put into this book.
Then there's the concept or the principle of virality.
Yeah.
When people deliberately do things that are out of line just for them to trend on social media, just for them to be known on social media, just to get thousands and thousands of likes and shares and people talking about them. It seems it does work in some instances, but it doesn't in other instances. So would you think, or would you say that this is an effective way to create a celebrity?
Back in the day, I think we would have said there's no publicity as bad publicity.
Oh, yes.
And I think the same goes for social media. And I think our memories are very short. So someone who trended for the wrong reasons yesterday could definitely pivot and become a celebrity for the right reasons today.
Yes.
So I think there's no such thing as a bad news day. You could really use it to your advantage no matter how you get there.
Right. And how would you encourage South Africans to start reading local fiction?
I mean, I think nobody is doing it like South African authors at the moment. We're definitely going through a bit of a renaissance. So many different genres are being written by South African authors. And I think just for that local resonance, we live in one of the most fascinating countries in the world. And we have so many stories to tell. Go to any dinner party, braai, hang out, and just listen to those stories. And I tell you, they are stranger than fiction.
Right. And the choice of Mbali, you know what people say about all the Mbalis out there. Go to social media, read jokes about Abombali. So was the choice deliberate for you?
As I said, the name Mbali is a national name. It's a national key point name. I obviously had to name one of my characters Mbali. Come on.
Right.
To give all due respect to all the Mbalis out there, I had to feature an Mbali in my story.
Jeez, man. I love this book. I absolutely love this book. Where can I get a copy?
Thank you. It's available at all major bookstores. So wherever you find good books, it's available as an ebook online as well. So, I mean, it's been the summer read. So I think definitely get it while it's hot.
A summer read it is. Great chatting to you, Janine.
Thank you so much for
your time.
having me.
Great stuff. That is author Janine Jellars speaking to us about her new book titled When the Filter Fades.